Bet horse racing on DRF Bets. We'll match your first deposit of $200. Get free expert picks and past performances, plus weekly cash back. All from Daily Racing Form, the most trusted name in horse racing. Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, taking a look at the co-feature race at Parx on Tuesday. Race number 10 is the $75,000 Parx Futurity. 2-year-old fillies going 7/8 of a mile. Let's take a peek at this field. The horse on the far outside is expected to take a lot of money, and that's the number 12, Girl Trouble. She's won her last 2 races by a combined 14 lengths, including an open length score last time in the Future Star Fillies, going 3/4 at Parx. This outside post could pose a bit of a hindrance, however, because she does like to be forwardly placed, and as we see from the Timeform US Pace Projector, there are several horses that might be faster breaking to her inside in a red bar fast pace scenario that could work against a horse like Girl Trouble. We do see horses like the 1, Alexis's Storm, the 5, My Sweet Kaylee, and the 7, Interpolate, expected to be on the lead. I spoke to Chuck Lawrence, the trainer of the 1, Alexis's Storm. He doesn't expect Alexis's Storm to be on the lead, so maybe we can take one of the speeds out. Interpolate coming down from Chad Brown should be up close, and again, Girl Trouble, the 12, figures to be up close to the pace. We'll see how fast it is, but in a big field like this of 2-year-olds, a lot of inexperienced horses, a lot of horses that are very fast and precocious, the pace could well be fast. We'll start with Alexis's Storm, a horse that was stakes placed in New York in her second lifetime start. Lawrence told me that after that race on June the 9th, he gave her plenty of time to mature and grow up a little bit, and she returned in this race, a first level allowance at Laurel going 3/4 of a mile on November the 14th. The winner of this race, Tappan Josie, was claimed out of this race for 62.5 for Brittany Russell, is entered in a stakes race at Laurel on Friday. Alexis's Storm didn't break as well as she had in her first 2 races, rushed up to track the pace on the outside, and really tried very hard to finish second. The 3rd place finisher of this race, Chickiness, won one of the Maryland Million races earlier this year. I thought this was a nice, solid performance for Alexis's Storm, especially considering it was her first race off the layoff. Lawrence says he thinks additional distance will help. That race was at 6, this race is at 7, and breaking from the inside post, she'll be close to the pace. Lawrence says she doesn't expect to be on the pace, but Alexis Storm should be close and in the hunt when the real racing begins. Gold Medal Anna is the number 2. Now, Gold Medal Anna was defeated by Girl Trouble by 6 lengths in the Future Stars Fillies last time out, but you might want to give her a mulligan for that race. She didn't break very well. She came with a run in a race that didn't have a lot of pace. They went the half mile in a 6-furlong stake in 47-1. She was next to last at the half mile point, and she came with a good run to finish second. She has a ton of upside potential. Her dam was the multiple grade winning turf router Voodoo Dancer. Gold Medal Anna should continue to appreciate with this additional distance. She's likely to get a much stronger pace scenario this time around. I know she was beaten by Girl Trouble last time out, but she could certainly turn the tables given the right trip and flow. The 3 is Bella Michelle. We'll watch her most recent race. This is at Aqueduct, going 3/4 of a mile in a $20,000 maiden claimer, and she just got the right trip this day. Look at those fractions. The half mile, 48-2. Bella Michelle was up close to that pace, and she did what she had to do, blinkers off, to win with a career best 62 Beyer speed figure. It certainly seems like she's coming to hand, but the pace of this race is likely to be eons faster than what she saw at Aqueduct, and there's a fear that she might be outrun in the early stages. The 4 is Empress Ariana. She's done little wrong in her career. She won her career debut from post position 10 at a huge price against fellow Pennsylvania breds, and she ran well in her first foray against winners and against open company. This race going 3/4 of a mile 15 days ago. She showed her usual tactical speed. She finished a solid 3rd. Her Beyer speed figures right now hovering in the mid-50s. She's going to have to improve, but she's so lightly raced that one can easily project improvement for Empress Ariana. I do like her tactical speed, and if there is some hitting up front, maybe from mid-pack range, she'll get the jump on some of the true closers. The 5 is My Sweet Kaylee. We're going to watch her debut in a $40,000 maiden claimer over a sloppy Parx track back on December the 6th. My Sweet Kaylee showed good speed in this race at a big price. She was 19-1. She attacks on the turn. This pace for this level was very
very fast. 22 seconds for the opening quarter. I like that she was able to stay close, and I like that she dug down deep to win by a head. Again with a light Beyer speed figure, but she did do some likable things in this race. She will have to improve, however. This is a pretty significant step up in class. Shiny Slam is a two-time winner already. She won at Parx 2 back in a 2-life allowance race as the favorite, and she beat Girl Trouble that day when able to get to the lead. That didn't happen last time out in the Smart Halo Stakes, where she caught a very sharp Kentucky Invader named Twice as Smart. Shiny Slam was wide that day. She never got a sniff of the lead, and she really didn't do much running. The third place finisher from that last race came back to run third again in the Maryland Juvenile Filly with a 64 Beyer. Maybe Shiny Slam's going to revert to those pace-setting or pace-pressing tactics that have worked so well in her 2 wins. Thus far, it's been good, bad for her. Maybe she's set for a good effort getting back to Parx. The 7 is Interpolate. This is a daughter of perennial leading stallion Into Mischief, a $300,000 yearling. Let's watch her second lifetime start. This is at the Belmont at Aqueduct meet, and she got up close to a very moderate pace. 47-2 for maiden specials at Aqueduct is slow. Interpolate makes the lead, and she wins at odds on. She made her debut at Saratoga in a very live race, a race won by Chocolate Gelato, who would go on to win the Grade 1 Frisette, and Interpolate showed good speed in that spot as well. It doesn't look like she's missed a beat in her training for Chad, who has apparently just been shopping for a spot. We haven't seen this horse in 2 months. She's been working right along. Here she is against stakes competition, and she seems well entered here at Parx, likely close to the pace. Linda Loves Gold was third last time out in a state-bred stakes race at Penn National. She did win her career debut going 5.5 at Parx, but she's coming into this race now off 3 consecutive losses. She tried to rally from off a very fast pace last time out. She got to pass a couple of tired rivals in the stretch. Maybe that was a good learning experience for her because she'd been more close to the pace in her first 3 races. I think that race helps her out mentally because there is going to be some speed in here, and now she's used to being in behind horses. But with that being said, again, her Beyers pale in comparison to those of the top contenders. She'll have to move forward. Blome is the number 9. She was third in the Future Stars fillies, and like a couple of horses in that race, the start was kind of wonky, horses bouncing off of each other, and Blome didn't get the greatest start, but then she got up close to the moderate pace set by Girl Trouble, and she held on for third at 54-1. It was a good performance for Blome that day, but the pace is just likely to be much, much faster. Her lone lifetime win came in gate-to-wire fashion at Delaware. She might be more comfortable up close, and that sort of running style for her might not work in this tougher spot. Mendelian is interesting. She is the uncoupled stablemate of Girl Trouble. She made her career debut going 3/4 over a sloppy track, and she rallied very nicely from way out of it to win, and not only win, but win by 6. She ran in the Future Stars fillies. She took a lot of money that day, and she was one of the horses that was severely compromised at the start. Just pinched and bounced around early. And talking to Butch Reed, who says that Mendelian is just a very slight filly, it seemed to bother her a little bit. She was pinched all the way back, and she never did any running thereafter. If she can improve off her debut just slightly, she ran a 59 Beyer, and she's going to get the right race flow in this race. I wouldn't be surprised if Mendelian comes with a strong late run. Maybe that last race you should treat with a grain of salt. Majestic Creed is the 11. She's won her last 2 starts in runaway fashion. This race going 7/8 at Parx, first off the claim. This is a $25,000 starter optional. This filly looked good. She went fast on the lead over a sloppy track. She kept right on going. She earned a big 74 Beyer speed figure 2 starts back when she won her maiden by a country mile. She's feeling good right now. Apparently they found her right running style, and that's running and gunning. Now, is she fast enough to make the lead with some of these other speedsters involved? That's really the key to Majestic Creed's performance on Tuesday. I do feel she'll be close to the pace. Girl Trouble is the 12. She's done little wrong in her career. She's hit the board in all 6 starts. She won the Future Stars fillies, the race we're going to show you right now. You'll see Gold Medal Anna closing into second. You'll see Blome holding on for third. Girl Trouble beat 3 of these horses. She's paired up 74 Beyer tops. but it's worth noting that in this race, they didn't go very fast. She was up close to the pace in a race where several horses were compromised at the start, and she was able to win easily. The pace scenario likely to be a lot faster. I'm not sure if Girl Trouble's going to get the same trip as she did last time out. I respect her. I do think 5-2 seems a little bit light, and thus I'm going to try to beat her with the number 1, my top selection, Alexis's Storm, who I think will improve in her second start of the layoff. I think the horse that beat her at Laurel last time out, Tappan Josie, has a bit of a future, and with her tactical speed, she can find a spot on the inside without being shuffled all the way back. So Alexis's Storm for a minor upset for me in the Parx Futurity on Tuesday. Good luck.